Hey guys, it's Andre from the High Performance Academy. We're here with Paul, the owner of PLX Devices, and we wanted to talk to Paul about their brand new DM-6 Wideband Controller. So Paul, thanks for joining us here. Wideband controllers, they're not exactly anything new out in the tuning world. What have you done with the DM-6 that separates it?
What separates the DM-6 from the rest of the widebands available on the market today is that we've got the ability to measure the actual health of an oxygen sensor. So we're able to measure precisely from 0 to 100% the actual health. In addition, we're able to measure the reaction time of the sensor. These two parameters give you a very good indication how healthy and how good your wideband oxygen sensor is and when you might need to replace the sensor. So if you're really adamant about getting the perfect tune, you really need to know how good your sensor is performing at any given time.
So that's a pretty innovative development. I haven't seen out there on any other wideband controllers on the market. How have PLX managed to bring this technology to the market?
Well, first, we've really looked and listened to our customers. A lot of our customers are asking us, how do I know our sensor is bad? And most of the time, we have to have them go through a couple of tests and checks. But what we've really done is we've said, okay, let's make it easy for our customers. Let's make it just very intuitive for the customers. So what we've done is we've said, okay, how do we make this a better product? And by listening to the customers, we've devised the algorithms and the methods for detecting the health and the reaction time for the oxygen sensor, just simply by the fact that we have so much data. A lot of our tuners, a lot of our customers are doing so much with the oxygen sensors nowadays, and we're getting a lot of feedback saying this works great, this doesn't work great, leaded fuel works like this, ethanol works like this, E85, diesel, regular gasoline. So really we've just taken all of this information and we've said, let's make the best product out there, and we've come out with the new DM-6 Generation 3 wideband combo with health and reaction time monitoring.
Great. Now, I know from my own tuning, obviously sensor life is a problem, and on other models of wideband it can be quite hard to tell how long the sensor's got left, whether it's dead or not. What sort of life expectancy are you seeing out of the sensors on a normal pump fuel?
Normal pump fuel, and this is also from my personal experience, I've had one particular setup since 2003, and it's still running perfect. We've just tested the oxygen sensors, and they're still reading, very healthy. So typically, the oxygen sensors, typically they're 5 years, 60,000 miles on a regular average use type of vehicle. But if you're running, a little bit hot, you're running high boost applications and leaded fuel, you might see maybe about half that sensor life.
Okay, let's talk about the sensor life display. So it displays sensor life as a percentage from 0 to 100. At what point would you suggest to a customer they should look at replacing their sensor?
I think for day-to-day driving, so if you're just looking at the air-fuel ratio and you're just using it for monitoring purposes, less than 50% you should replace it. Roughly about less than 70% would be a good place to replace it, would be a good time to replace it if you're really tuning and you want to get that perfect tune.
So even at 70% and below, we can expect perhaps the reaction time and the accuracy of the sensor reading to be starting to drift away a little bit?
Exactly. Typically these oxygen sensors, they don't degrade linearly. They fall off a cliff pretty much. So they'll go quickly. As soon as you start to see it fall, it's a good time to start to replace the sensor already. But we've really zoomed in on that section, so we're giving you that range that you need from 0 to 100%, and we've really zoomed in on that cliff already, and it gives you a better visibility when you're going to really fall off that cliff.
Let's talk a little bit about reaction time. You're displaying reaction time in milliseconds, and what's a typical reaction time we can expect to see on one of these gauges?
So in our experience with a small block, small displacement engine, you're going to see reaction times in the order of less than 100 milliseconds. I'm sorry, less than 150 milliseconds. That would be a good reaction time. Slightly larger engines, they tend to move a little bit slower, so you'll see something along the lines of less than 250 milliseconds would be a good reaction time. Now, typically the customers in their particular vehicle, depending on the tune, depending on the engine, depending on the ECU, you can get an idea for how fast your reaction time is from the beginning. So once you've installed our DM-6 Gen 3, a brand new sensor, just take a look at the reaction time, the best reaction time that you're getting, because the DM-6 will read and remember that. And just take a note of that. So if you're seeing 150 milliseconds as your best reaction time, over the years, if it starts to get slower, then you'll get a very good idea that your sensor's starting to decay.
Okay. Now, along with normal wideband controllers in your existing products, this will output a signal that you could use for a ECU or a data logger, correct?
Yes. So all of our wideband controller products have a 0 to 5 volt wideband output, as well as a 0 to 1 volt narrowband simulated output for you to replace your stock narrowband sensor.
Great. Look, it's a great product and it's available for $199 US, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thanks a lot for taking the time to talk to us, Paul.
Oh, thank you very much for your time.
For online tuning courses, visit learntotune.com.